Okay, so here we are. This is the beginning of the show. And I am going to actually start the show by taking a photo of me being on the show, minus our co host today, who is Ron Williams. You know, has life ever been anything like it is for us all here in 2020? No. And you know what? Here's the thing, I can hear in my throat on and off all of this year what it is that this year has done in the way of stress and angst. Everybody's got their Achilles heel. My heel is in my throat. So whenever it is that I really want to know what my stress is like, and I need a reminder of um, well-being and how to walk into it, all I have to do is listen to myself. And I know that with everything that's going on for all of us, believe me, I am not unique in this. But with everything that's going on for each and every one of us in some way, every day here in 2020, it gets a little intense. So, by the way, I'm your host, Dr. Deb Carlin, here at the K Factor on Blog Talk Radio, where K equals kindness. And the thing, and the, I told you it's stressful. I'm Dr. Deb Carlin. And this is the K Factor, where K equals kindness. And the factors are sincerely all the things that lead to it. And, if we had one heck of a lot more kindness in the world, we wouldn't all be sitting where we're sitting, incubated and kind of on lockdown and bigger lockdowns starting and all that. The social unrest really hasn't stopped. It's just not making the front page or the front of the lens the way that it had been for a while because our nation is focused on, you got it, the election race. My goodness. So I voted yesterday and was glad that it went without incident because I don't think I could have taken it if it did. How about you? Are you voting? Have you voted? Are you going to vote? Did you vote by mail and do you believe that they got your ballot? You know, there shouldn't be all these questions for us. By the way, on another note, my co host Ron Williams today is not literally tied up, but his time is occupied otherwise. So he is not here with us on the show today. And it's really a privilege every time I'm doing an episode to have someone show up with me. It's really my delight. So the theme here for us is The Daily Show. And Ron Williams and I are teamed up to talk about the things that we're so concerned about this year. 2020, a year to be thinking about the ways in which all lives matter. Your life matters, your freedoms matter, and your well being sure as heck matters. We're interested in getting a message out to have people think critically about that with discernment, which means that you walk through it one step at a time and do whatever you can to take your time to think through the issues, to ask yourself not just how do you think about them, but how do you feel about them. Try to tease the two apart. There's a whole science that I do that's a biofeedback that's about synchronicity between your mind and your heart. That's true meditation, and that's true mind body consciousness and true mind body medicine. And it's vital for all of us. So today is Thursday. We don't have too many more days left before the election doors will close. Now, I see in some places there's no lines, in other places it's like a serpentine pattern out there on the pavement of people waiting and waiting for hours and hours. I don't know what to tell you about the magical formula in terms of when to go and how to make it happen for you. I do know that it's important. No matter what side you're voting for, the most important thing to think of, and I've been thinking about this so much, especially yesterday and today, everything we do has consequences. Every choice we make, every step we take has got an implication. Our job is to think it through. What I'm thinking through in terms of an implication, drop dead seriously, I don't want socialism in this country. I'm an American, born and bred, raised and lived here my entire life. And I love the capitalist society. You know, people talk about how we're not compassionate enough unless we are socialistic. Do you realize that we are the number one country in the world that shows up for everyone in their own country and shows up for all the other countries? That's terrible. A yawn. We show up for every other country when they are in trouble. We have compassion in America and the wealth and abundance and mindset behind it. We do so much to be a good citizen in the world community. And it's important that we all think about that. I don't want to lose the right to earn and keep what I make and spend it how I want and pay my taxes, be philanthropic, have my own home, have my own life, have my own bank account, have it mean something, have my own choices of healthcare. So when you're trying to figure out how do I get through this question about what I want for the future of our country, think it through really carefully. It's important. Let me show you a little trick. This is a really great exercise that my wonderful friends Joy and Roy Martina taught me, and I hadn't seen it before, even though I'd studied acupuncture and Chinese medicine and mind body medicine and all of that good stuff. And here's how it goes. When you get stressed, you do this, and guess what it does? So you take a fist and you're putting it into the palm of your hand and you're going back and forth really fast. And you're saying, you know, I am whatever it is you need to say. But what I do is I say my right brain and my left brain are getting integrated, because truly all the nerve endings in your body and in your hands and in the bottoms of your feet, which is why reflexology massage in your feet is so essential. And by the way, my hands are just tingling delightfully as it brightens my brain. Really, it hits both hemispheres. And when we do that, we're using our whole mind instead of just part of it. And what we want to do when we're getting stressed is we want to interrupt the pattern of the stressful thinking and feeling. And this, I mean, come on, how can you stay stressed when you're doing this? It's fun and it'll help you, right? Okay, that's tip number one for you, a treat, a surprise. Let me tell you one more. Do you know about tapping? Well, I think that Nick and Jessica Ortner have done a great job at bringing tapping to the forefront. And so when you're getting upset and you're having a hard time, you do the following. Do it with me here. Okay? You're tapping over your eyelids. You're tapping on your cheekbones on the sides of your eyes. You're tapping on your collarbone. Just do that. You are hitting your meridians. You are engaging your neurological system, your brain, and you're interrupting a pattern and you're sending a different frequency and vibration through your body. Seriously. Not talking mythical woo stuff. This is absolute science. Okay? So when you do that, you're saying, I actually really love myself, and I will continue to love myself more and more every day. I love who I am, And every negative thought that I'm having, I can just let it float off the back of my shoulders because I love myself. And then here on your collar, there is no reason that I need to be punitive with myself. I can let it all go. You know what? There's a lot of ways to do tapping. There's a science to it. I've studied it. I've looked at the components of it. Sometimes I'll do a full blown tapping program, and other times I do that and I at least snap myself out of whatever it is that I feel stuck in and move onward. There you go. So for Thursday here, this is your friend Dr. Deb Carlin minus Ron Williams at the Daily Show, where we think you're the news. We think we're the news. It's not so much what you're seeing on TV and things you can't verify. Is it true? Is it false? I'm upset. Who's right? Who's wrong? We can't control that, friends. The news is what's happening in our lives. And every time you come here, we want you to have a spark of something that's helpful. How about that? Happy and hopeful. Hapful. Happy and hopeful, and points you in a good direction. All right. On that note, I say peace out. Bringing this show to an early close and on with the rest of my day.